Hi, welcome again to engVid.com. My name's Adam. Today's lesson is a grammar lesson, and it's about words or expressions that are very often confused or mixed up. We're going to look at so that, so something that. Usually so adjective or so adverb that. I can actually put that in here. Adjective, adverb, that. So before we look at what usually gets mixed up and how the things get mixed up and the confusions, let's do a quick review of what all of these expressions or words mean or how they're used. We're going to start with so. Now, so has quite a few functions, quite a few uses in grammar. One is to agree. Okay, so you say, I love English. That's why you come to engVid, right? So do I. I love English. That's why I come to engVid as well. So I agree with you. So do I. To refer to. I think that something is beautiful. I think that that woman is beautiful. Well, if you think so, you should go talk to her. So means referring to what I just said. If you think so, if you think she is beautiful, go speak to her, right? So is sort of like a pronoun, but not exactly. It's referring to something. It stands in the place of something that was already mentioned and understood. As a quantifier, basically so means very. I am so hungry. Means I am very hungry. Okay? All we do is we quantify. We give a quantity to the adjective. We make it stronger, more intense. Very. So much, so many just means a lot. So few means a few. Very little, right? So this is basically used like an adverb. We can use it so much or so many noun. We can say so much, so many adjective and noun. So we use this as an adverb. And again, it's like a quantifier. I'm just giving you more quantity or less quantity, or more degree or less degree. Now, this is the one we want to focus on. So as a conjunction, because this is what gets confused with these two, okay? So as a conjunction, basically we use it like because, except because is an adverb clause conjunction. We use an adverb clause. So is just an independent clause joining two, it's a coordinating clause joining two independent clauses. Okay, so I was late, so I missed the meeting. It basically shows you a result of something that came before. You could say, because I was late, I missed the meeting. I was late, so I missed the meeting. So this is a coordinating conjunction, joining two independent clauses, and shows you result. So far, so good. That's another expression. So far means until now. So that is an adverb clause marker or an adverb clause conjunction. It shows purpose, okay? Remember, an adverb clause joins two actions in the independent clause and in the adverb clause, and the relationship between the clauses is purpose. So whatever comes after so that shows the purpose of what you did in the previous clause. Here's an example. I worked overtime this week. Why? So that I could take time off next week. Okay? So this is the purpose of this. Okay? Remember, adverb clause, there's always going to be a relationship between the adverb clause and the independent clause. Okay? That relationship is one of purpose. Lastly, we have so, adjective, so adverb, that. Now, this is a bit of a combination of the two. You have a quantifier, so you're making this vary something, and you want to give a little bit extra information. What does this mean, right? You want to complete the meaning of this. Okay, let's look at this example. I'm going to go right through that one. I am so tired that I might pass out. Pass out, faint. Okay? Now, I could say, I am so tired. This is a complete sentence. You don't need any more. I have the quantifier, I have the adjective, I've completed my meaning. But I want you to understand how tired I am. very tired is not enough. I want you to understand more. I want to complete this meaning. So I add another clause. We call this a that clause, a complement clause. It completes the meaning. I am so tired that I might pass out. Okay? That's how tired I am. Now, you notice I put that in bracket. In these types of sentences, that you can take out. I am so tired I might pass out. It's understood. The point is, don't confuse this so with this so, conjunction. This is not a conjunction. It is also not a quantifier. It is a quantifier, but it's not part of the that. It's not part of this guy. Okay? Now we understand all these things. The question is, how do these get confused and how can you avoid confusing these? Let's look at some examples. Okay, so let's look at some examples of sentences that might be a little bit confusing when we're using these expressions. But before we look at these sentences, for all you sharp-eyed viewers out there, you may have noticed that I made a mistake with the word quantifier. I wrote quantier, okay? Let me just make sure everybody understands it's quantifier. Add the FI to the one you saw before, and we're good to go. Okay, now let's look at some example sentences using each of these expressions. Bill worked hard, so he was promoted. Promoted means given a higher title or a better position in a company. Bill worked hard so that he would be promoted. Bill worked so hard that he had to be promoted. Now, each of these sentences is grammatically correct, and each one has its own meaning. The meanings are different, okay? They're related, but they're different. Let's look at each one separately. Bill worked hard. The result of this hard work was that he was promoted, okay? Because he worked hard, he was promoted. Okay, hard work, promotion is the result. Good. Bill worked hard so that he would be promoted. Now, Bill wants to be the president of the company. How will he become the president? He will work hard. So he worked hard because he wanted to be promoted. He would be. Okay, this was the purpose for this. This was the result of this. So you notice we have the same verb and adverb. Same verb and adverb. This was the result of this. This was why he did this. Bill worked so hard that he had to be promoted. Okay? What does it mean had to? It means the company had to give him a promotion because he worked harder than everybody else. So he almost left them no choice. Okay? Bill worked so hard. Everybody worked hard, but Bill worked so hard, they need to complete the meaning of so hard that he had to be given a promotion. Okay? He had to be promoted to complete this meaning, so hard. So now you see the differences between. But wait, let's look at another example. I want to show you something else. Jill is smart, so all the boys like her. Okay? Boys like smart girls. Jill is smart. The result of her being smart, they like her. Because she's smart, they like her. This is her situation. Notice I have a be verb here. Jill studies regularly so that she can beat the boys. Jill is very determined. She's very ambitious. She wants to be better than the boys. So she studies regularly. Why? So that she can beat the boys, get a better position, or do better on tests. One thing you must realize right away, or notice right away, is that here I'm using an active verb. I can't use a be verb. Why? Because I'm using an adverb clause that has a relationship with an active verb, with an action. There's a relationship. So I have to use an active verb here. Here, I'm back to the be verb. Jill is so smart. Jill is very, very smart. Okay, so that all the boys are afraid of her. She's so smart that she scares the boys, or that the boys are afraid of her. This completes the meaning of this. If you say she's so smart, well, lots of girls are very smart, right? But she's so smart that all the boys are afraid. Other girls are very smart, but the boys are not afraid of them. She's so smart that they're afraid. Now, one thing you can also notice here. Bill worked hard so he would be promoted. I can take out that because I have the subject. This is understood. Bill worked so hard, he had to be promoted. Jill studies regularly so she can beat the boys. Jill is so smart, all the boys are afraid of her. Okay? In all these cases, you can take out that. It's understood. There are many examples of clauses that you can take out the conjunction that or the pronoun that because you have your subject. Well, you have your subject, you have your subject, you have your subject. So that can come out. The only thing is, don't confuse this so with this so, or this so, or this so. Each one has its own purpose. But now, why is this important to understand? In writing, you have to be correct in the way you use the word so, or so that, or so adjective, adverb that. Here, by the way, so smart, adjective. So hard, worked so hard, adverb. Both okay. Adjective, adverb with so. In writing, it makes a big difference in the meaning of the sentence. If I'm reading a sentence and I see so smart, I'm expecting a clause to follow. If one doesn't and a period doesn't, then I get confused. Okay? In speaking, you can get away with it. In writing, you can't. Now, if you have any questions about this, go to engVid.com and ask me, and I will be happy to answer any questions. Do the quiz there as well. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and of course, come back. See us again. Bye.